This is a quick video of the Reign SmartPOC dashboard. The first page we're looking at here is what we call our landing page. This is what you see when you first log into your account. Going left to right, first we've got, this is our card with all of your different devices, all of your different wells or tanks. And the very left column, the POC name, that is just simply the name of your well, your lease, whatever you do to organize your own assets. After that, we have what we call our UUID. This is each controller's specific address. What's interesting about this column is we can actually text any of our devices and they will text you back their latest readings. Next column is what we call AWOL. This is when a device goes online. You can see green means it's communicating well. Red indicates there's some kind of a problem and you should deploy somebody out to the site. After that, we've got tubing pressure, casing pressure. We can also read amperage as well. After that, we have power failure. So does the site have power or not? Is the pump actually running right now? The alarm status column, if there's any active alarms. The control status, so which control state is your well in? I'll explain a little bit more on this in a second. And then status, this is the last reading that came in, along with the report time as well. So if you do have units that, as you can see here, have gone offline for whichever reason, you can also see when is the last time they checked in, so you know how long your asset's been down for. As we click into each specific well, this is what you see for the controller page. On the left, these are read-only dials. This is your current tubing pressure, your casing pressure. This specific unit is not reading casing. And then we've also got a spot for amperage as well. Again, we're not reading amperage. Here, this is our control card where we can actually make changes to what's going on with the well. In the upper right, this is our current state. We've got a virtual time clock. We can operate based on your tubing or casing pressure. We've got what we call a spill kill mode, which I'll touch on here in a second, and then manual mode. We've got an indicator of have we sent a signal to run the pump? And then this is the pump relay, which is actually a mechanical confirmation that that well did fire and is running. Any alarms that are currently running here, and then do we have our power or not? Below that, we've got our pressure graph and any alarms we have. And then lastly, at the bottom, this is your log, essentially, which tells you everything that's going on, all the changes that have occurred, and any changes that are up and coming. And again, I can show you a little bit more detail in a second on that. So first for manual mode, if we want to simply remotely start our wells, we turn them on, we hit save. We can see we're in manual mode here. And in a second, what you're going to see is this indicator light comes on that says, I've told this pump to run. The next thing we're going to wait for is that pump or that well actually received the command, and there you see it actually physically mechanically turned on and is running. That's a advantage of the Reign system. A lot of systems just send the run command, but you don't get that confirmation back that it actually worked. If I want to shut that well off, I just turn it off there, I save my changes, and you're going to see again the signal to shut down that's going to happen here, and then you'll see that the pump and the well will actually shut down right there. In the sake of time, I'm not going to wait. Well, I guess it happened. The next mode we have that I want to talk about is our spill kill mode. So with Reign, our battery operated tank monitors, we can actually shut down a well based on those levels. So the example we have here, this is a 210 barrel tank. And what we do is at 160 barrels, we're sending out a text message, a voice call to say, hey, this tank needs attention. If nobody makes that change, if this tank level, which is currently at 76 barrels, gets over 180 barrels, this system will now automatically shut down the well and prevent that spill for you. So I just went to spill kill over 180 barrels, and you can see here I'm now operating in that spill kill mode. The next mode we have is a virtual time clock. This takes over the old standard pin timers that you might have. So if you're currently running for 12 hours on, 12 hours off, you would just make that change here, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Right now, I've got it set to 1.5 minutes on and off, because I want to have you be able to witness how this actually cycles on and off. So I'm in virtual time clock mode. I'm going to save that. You're going to see here, we're going to go to virtual time clock mode. And there, we've told the pump to run, and it has come on. Down here, this is where we start to see the log. We can see now our last report, the VTC mode, the pump is on, and the next change is 1 minute and 15 seconds, which will be to off. So it's confirming to you, yes, you are in virtual time clock mode, and then it's going to keep track for you how long your pump was on for and how long it was off for. And I can go back and look historically and see how long we've been off for, how long we've been on for. And if we just watch here for a second, you'll actually see these changes come in as pressure changes, tank changes come, or relay changes come. That will happen here as well. The last mode that I'd like to talk about is our tubing pressure control. What a lot of people find is once you've run in the virtual time clock mode, you might find that even though your well is on for 12 hours, maybe 2 hours or 3 hours in, you see a change in that tubing or casing pressure. And that means there's a change in production. Well, on some wells, you can actually find that sweet spot on what's the best optimal pressure range to operate your well in. We actually have a case study on our website where we helped one producer optimize their production by over 300% by operating based on the pressure of the tubing and the casing. And in that case, we would go to a tubing pressure mode, and then you simply set your range. You know, if you found that you get your best cut rate between 8 and 15 PSI, now we're telling the well, wait for that formation to recover to 15 PSI and turn on. And then once we drop down to 8 PSI, shut off and wait for that formation to recover. And again, I would simply save here. We're going to watch here for that change. And now we know we're operating in that tubing mode. And again, down here, we can see we've turned the VTC off and we've now switched to that pressure mode. So you do have that log. And lastly here, these are any alerts or alarms you've had. Here you can see this is a low tubing pressure cleared. So you can clear these alarms and you can acknowledge them as well. And you can always go back and you can filter and look historically. This is the tubing pressure here. Again, this is something that we can change the timing on for any of these cards. You can change your time frame you're looking at, 1 day, 7 days, whatever you want to see, and simply make that update. If you want to zoom in on an area, you can do that here as well. And then any of this information on the dashboard can be exported into multiple file formats if you do need to get it out of the system for any reason. That's an overview of the POC dashboard. If you do have any questions, please reach out to us at 833-GO-REIGN, which is GOREIGN, or you can visit us at www.reignrmc.com or send us an email at sales@reignrmc.com. Thank you very much. Have a great day.